friends. Welcome to this special edition of Check on Your Neighbor, a project of the Rural Assembly that invites you to email or call a friend and ask them how they're doing during the COVID-19 pandemic. Recently, I reached out to one of my most remarkable neighbors here in Athens, a great guy named Jeff Eastman. Jeff is CEO of RAM, Remote Area Medical Volunteer Corps. RAM is a nonprofit that delivers free dental, vision, and medical services to uninsured people and communities across the country. And in this remarkable time of pandemic uncertainty, I wanted to call Jeff and hear how he's doing, and also find out how RAM is continuing to carry out its mission to bring healthcare to underserved communities. The Rural Assembly is pleased to bring you this snapshot of our conversation. If you feel moved to join the Check on Your Neighbor project, visit the Rural Assembly webpage, ruralassembly.org, where you can find out more. And now let's check on Jeff and see how he's doing.
Doing good. We spread our teams out from the headquarters. We've obviously had to postpone clinics that are the free mobile mental dental clinics that anywhere from 400 or 500 patients show up, plus 400 or 500 volunteers. That when you look at our patient demographics, less than a third of them are unemployed. More than a third are employed full-time or part-time. Then you've got about 20% retired and disabled, and always 5% veterans. These are our neighbors. One of my favorite is a convenience store out in the country I go to, and I noticed the young lady had a pair of glasses, and I had a RAM shirt on, and I volunteer in the vision area. And she goes, "Oh, you were at RAM, I got my glasses there." I go, "Well, that's great, glad we could help you." About a year and a half went by, and I'm in and out of this store frequently. And then I took a look and I said, "Oh, I know she got new glasses. Did you come to our clinic in Knoxville?" And she said, "No." She said, "Because I got my first pair of glasses, I was able to get this job here and make room for somebody the next time. So I actually was able to pay for these myself. And I made room for one more person." Yeah, it's neighbors helping neighbors, making a difference. The concern first came out for the pandemic. We still had clinics scheduled throughout this year and into next year. Most of our clinics are scheduled far in advance with a community host group that's putting a lot of time and effort into it. And we really hated to postpone those clinics. We were reached out to by a major retailer who said, "Hey, we are aligning with different organizations to do COVID-19 testing all around the country. We need an organization that can get us volunteers, can make a difference." And we said, "Hey, we are in the volunteer business. We can get you volunteers." To date, we've done over 10 states of testing with COVID-19. We've helped do thousands of tests and thousands of volunteers. Then we looked, what can we do in East Tennessee? Got a call from Denso Marable, which is a great company that manufactures items. And they switched over to manufacture PPE full face shields, but they had no way to get them to the local hospitals. We said, "Hey, we've got trucks. They're just sitting in the warehouse." So we motivate our trucks, and we've delivered over 30,000 face shields throughout Kentucky, Tennessee, all around the area, making a difference. We also were able to partner with a company called CareClix, which is telehealth. An idea we've kicked around for a while, but just never really been, made that leap. And they've offered to support us and provide their service to us for free. And we're developing virtual clinics. So those people in rural Tennessee, rural Virginia, all around the country, they can't make it to a RAM clinic during this time, will be able to go to a virtual clinic and be treated.
Gosh, it just seems like you came up with these solutions so quickly. There are so many volunteers who are part of the RAM movement, and there are so many people who depend on that service, and you still have found quick ways to meet needs that are cropping up. I think that's really impressive.
As Stan, when he founded us and called us Remote Area Medical, it started out in the jungles of Central and South America because they were remote from healthcare. Unfortunately, individuals right down the street where you and I live, they're remote from healthcare.
What does it say to our policymakers and our decision makers? What what are your services communicating to them about how we address human need and for connection and for service?
As far as policy goes, we just don't make it easy for people. You think back, if you think healthcare is a right, then we're letting people down as far as that right goes. And if you think about it, you take care of their health care, you take care of their body, their mind, they get to participate at a higher level in everything, voting, family events. It's a bedrock that something builds on. But if you're in dental pain, if you can't see to drive, especially in the rural communities, there is a huge lack of public transportation to get around on that. So you need those. Or if you don't have insurance, a trip to the ER room will set you back a huge amount, And nowadays with the COVID-19 situation, generally, as you well know, in East Tennessee, when one person goes to the emergency room, there's 6 people go along to make sure that their mom and them is okay. And what's really interesting, when you go to Capitol Hill and when you talk to everybody, no matter what the party is, they all want to solve it, but they just can't seem to get together. When you talk to them one-on-one, they think, yeah, people need health care. People need access to it. It really should be there, but they just can't seem to get together to find that solution.
Do you see it happening in our small town? Athens and McMinn leaders getting together to address gaps and need in this time? Are you seeing that?
I would hope so, but it's
We don't
human
have to
nature
call
being
out any names,
human nature
but
being what it is. It's a challenge.
yeah.
I think my biggest takeaway is that, for better or for worse, this is one thing we all have in common. No matter where you are on the social spectrum, no matter where you are in the United States, and I think we've all slowed down a little bit. We've taken time to ask that neighbor, to ask that staff member, that family member, well, how are you doing? They may be 4 states away, but just asking that question